Hey everyone, it's time for another review. First of all, I want to thank everyone out there for letting my channel get over 60,000 views. Just broke earlier today, so thank you for that. This review is going to be, as the title says, on Contagion. It's been out for a while, and I didn't really hear much about it. So, I mean, the trailers for it actually seem pretty interesting, and I decided to check it out. Redboxed it, and if you see me touching my face a lot, of course, I'm just my reference for the movie. But it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be something kind of like Outbreak or maybe even something kind of like what was it, Doomsday? Not the case though. So it's pretty much just a movie chronologizing. I can't speak. Watching the Super Bowl right now. It's halftime. I really don't care about Madonna, so I decided to make a few videos. But it's a movie that follows a few people following outbreak of what is like a mix of swine flu with another kind of disease, which we find out later in the movie. I don't want to give it away because it was actually a nice little twist. But so yeah, basically starts off where one person's affected by it, and it slowly spreads, and slowly meaning over a few days, and after those few days, it just explodes and runs rampant, and becomes extremely viral. It's extremely contagious and fast-moving disease. The according to them, the incubation period is somewhat maybe like an hour or two. It's really small. So I mean, it's one of those movies where if you really don't understand a whole lot of science behind it, mainly like if your biology is like a little low, or you don't even need to be a microbiologist to understand this movie. But if you at least understand some basic biology, then you can kind of understand this movie. You know, to enough extent to understand the severity of the disease that was spreading, and to kind of get the how the CDC kind of works, which I don't know if it's fictitious or not. And the CDC barely gets spotlight on anything, and when it does, a negative view, and that's when the whole movie's involved with like heavily involved with the CDC. So yeah, it was pretty interesting to watch. Lawrence Fishburne comes out in it. Gwyneth Paltrow played a small part, and Matt Damon comes into it. Also, a few other unknown characters. It follows the husband who loses his wife, and he's naturally immune to the disease, and his son dies too, and now his daughter is a little bit iffy because he doesn't know if she has his immune system or if she's has the immune system of his wife and her brother. So, and then there's a journalist involved that is trying to push this drug, and he's totally about the whole conspiracy that was somewhat relatable to what we had here, I think last year, mid last year, about people saying that getting those immunizations is arbitrary, it's completely asinine. So, I mean, he's kind of like one of those journalist guys. And, yeah, there's a big plot twist to him, too. So, but I definitely go check out the movie. It wasn't that long. It was only like an hour, 45 minutes. So it's about 105 minutes long. Um, Kind of something that'll freak you out. I mean, you don't need to be a germaphobe to be kind of a little bit freaked out about this movie because, the threat of something like that actually happening um, is very, very possible. So, with we had the bird flu, we had the swine flu, and this was something a stronger mutation of the swine flu. So it's still very possible. That's what kind of brought a edge of it to me. But overall, the movie itself was really good. There was no amateur camera work. It was all just pretty much like a classic story being told. It wasn't fixated on one certain character, and it wasn't this like kind of somewhat action, but it was actually held a bit of suspense to it while you followed these other characters and saw all sides of what would happen, especially when the civilization society started to break down and there was rioting and looting. You see people start going to their basic primitive instincts over trying to get immunized and trying to stock up for um, surviving, not going outside, not interacting with each other, isolating themselves completely, cutting themselves off from each other willingly, and so it was kind of a throwback to those old movies from like the '80s. So, and maybe some of the early '90s. Like I said, I haven't seen all of Outbreak yet, but what I have seen, it wasn't as intense as Outbreak. But so yeah, definitely give it a good view. Redbox it for sure. I had to hunt it down. I mean, it was sold out at Redbox left and right, the Blu-ray and the DVD. So I had to finally got hold of a DVD copy from Redbox, and I'm actually really considering buying this movie. I think it's really worth the money on Blu-ray. Of course, with my funds though, I'm actually gonna throw a little plug out there. I'm a bit limited on funds, so I'm gonna head up to Amazon. Haven't hit up Amazon for movies in a long time, but you can find Blu-rays if you have a Blu-ray player and you're a big Blu-ray fan. You can find Blu-rays on there used for cheap, and if you know Blu-rays, scratch resistant. So of course, that's always a good buy to get a Blu-ray for maybe about like 15 or maybe even $7, depending upon the movie you're looking for. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off right now, guys. Once again, thank you for over 60 million or 60,000 views. I hope it gets 60 million one day. You never know. And while this is uploading, I'm gonna be recording my video review for Final Destination 5. And when I get back to my apartment in Austin, right now I'm at my mom's house visiting her for the weekend. But when I get back to my apartment down in Austin, I'm gonna do a review on The Thing. And yeah, I have a big review planned for that. Not as big as Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, but I'm a big fan of the original, so expect something kind of long out of that. Um, so yeah, I will go ahead and let you guys go. Thanks for watching the review, and yeah, go check out Contagion. Later, guys.